one thing about Mark is I've seen some of his exes and some of the people he's dated. They're always gorgeous. Like, always gorgeous. So I commend you for that. I don't know what you're doing over there. You must...
I'm just picky.
You gotta... Nah, I know what it
picky.
is. Ever since you got that tank. A big tank.
It's the tank.
Mark's working with a big tank over there. That's all that is.
It's my big tank, my big truck, my big house. No. No.
Yeah. I don't think I ever met Caitlin, but I saw some pictures in photos, and she's with people that I know. So I'm thinking maybe I had met her in.
Yeah, it's possible.
Somehow or whatever. But when did you guys start dating? How long do you guys date for? I didn't.
Well, we had been online friends for a long time, like 9 years or so.
Oh.
And during that whole process, when I first she was married, and then later on she was dating other people, and I was just her phone friend, and we talk all the time. And matter of fact, I was going through my phone last night because I just released a new video, and when I do that, I delete the original concept off my phone to get some space.
Yeah.
And as I was back in 2019, I found more stuff of me and Caitlin together.
Yeah.
There we were on a date in New York. And so, I mean, it's not a long dating, even though we were dating.
We had a long relationship
through the telephone.
Yeah,
we really did.
Decade-long relationship.
Yeah. But it's blossomed. Like I said, in early 2020, I was like, I want you to move in with me. And we were going to do it. And then right there, COVID hit. And New York was locked down. I don't think I could even drive in with Texas plates to pick her up.
Yeah.
Because I thought the city was shut. I mean, I had no idea what would happen if I tried to drive across the country.
Yeah.
And so we held off. And then my mother
was going to.
dying
She
of
wanted
cancer.
to, though, yeah?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I wanted her to want it. I didn't want
Yeah.
to talk her into it. And I just said, I want you to be with me. I want you to seriously think about this. I think I can make you super happy.
Yeah.
And so I let her mull that over for a while. And around March, she said, okay, come get me. But COVID. So we held off. And then in summer, my mother was dying of cancer.
What a super sweet thing to say, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how nice that would be to hear from somebody like, I want you to be with me. I think I can make you super happy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I'm going to use that sometime because that is such a
Don't
nice
you
thing
steal
to
my
say.
line.
It's really good,
No,
though.
I really
I'll
meant
say
that.
it out of, like, as a pickup line. You said it out of, you're actually a good person,
heart.
and
Yeah.
you meant it,
You're
and it
actually a
came
good
from your
person.
heart.
Yeah, no, it's true. So then in summer, my mother was dying of cancer. She had it previously 6 years before and beat it, but it come back and was everywhere. And so she was, it was the final months. And my best friend said, do not bring Caitlin into your life during this moment. This is the wrong time. So I told Caitlin what she said, and she says, I agree, let's hold off.
Yeah.
So we held off, and a couple of months later, my mom did die. And it wasn't, I don't think 2 weeks after that, she says, come get me, I need to be with you. And so I drove across the state, across, the nation. And
When did you
3
leave?
days
Did you
later, I
leave?
had her in my truck, and we drove back here. And so we
I
were
knew
only
you would-
together in this house less than 6 months.
I knew
it was short.
as soon as she'd say, come get me, he was in the truck the next day. His next
yeah.
available split second, he was there. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
awesome.
wish we had gotten together last March. I would have had more time with her. It kills me that this was so brief. And I was talking with her mom a couple days ago, and she said, I know how happy you made her. And it just made me start crying again because I was like, God, because I'm more right now, my heart is having a hard time thinking about the happy moments because my brain continues to dwell on the day of her death, what actually happened in front of me. And because of that, I can't, I've talked, like I said, I talked about it on my live stream already once, so I'm not going to bring it onto your freshwater channel.
Yeah, you could talk
But
about
it was
whatever you
really, really hard, and it's been really hard for weeks. And today is literally 6 weeks from when it happened, and it happened in this room. So it's really difficult.
Oh my, I feel so selfish, and I had no clue it was that. I thought it was months ago or something.
No, this literally just barely happened.
I tend not to research, guess, or be too nosy.
Check out
'cause
their backstory.
Yeah, because I just want the conversation to flow, and we'll talk about whatever. I don't want to have it too structured because then it's just kind of comes across the wrong way.
Well,
but
today I'm having a much better day than 3 days ago. So,
Yeah,
and when you
that's
said,
right.
can you sign up for my podcast? I was trying to pick a date in April, and somehow it ended up putting me on this weekend. I was like, oh, okay, hopefully I'll be okay. And I thought, well, I think I'm okay. But then, like I said, I had that phone call with her mom, and it just kind of shut me down again. I was down for 2 days. But then I got my COVID shot yesterday, and apparently that is fixing my brain. I don't know. Trying to joke here.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I cut you off a couple times to crack jokes, and I'm just lightening the mood in case anybody's like, hey, he was having a moment, and you kept cutting him off. Well,
Nah,
sometimes it's okay to inject a little comedy to lighten up
I
the
agree.
mood before,
Mm-hmm.
like, you can see how genuine of a person he is and how
Yeah.
heartfelt he is and how much he loved her. And like, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be the one crying here in a minute if
I
you don't
know.
stop. You're already
Yeah,
tearing up. Like, yeah, I guess she seems like she's a really special person. Now, I
she really
did see
was.
that she was a incredibly talented artist. She's very
Yeah,
artistic.
and
I would,
she was incredible as a blogger too. Her writing was phenomenal. I loved the way she thought. The choice of words she used were just so good, and I
Mm.
would just love reading her blogs. So she's got like 250 blogs out there on reefs.com.
Wow.
oh, jeez, is that what she did full time? That was her career.
Yeah, she was doing work through, well, she did different things. Last year, I guess the last year and a half or whatever, she was a dog trainer at Petco, and she helped people with their dogs. It was really neat.
So she has a history. She has a past in dog training. That would have been
Mm.
awesome if
Nice.
could
Yeah,
have had all you guys talking and
Yeah.
because
I
she
would have loved
does.
that.
Yeah, she
She would
did.
have loved that.
Yeah, you did. Isn't that something? Yeah, I'm really sorry
So
to
what she
hear
was
that.
doing with me in the last 6 months, she's been working with me here with Milo's Reef. So she got a job briefly at the fish store down the street,
How did you say that?
and she worked at this fish store for about a week.
No,
Milo's
Milivs.
Reef.
Who the
Milo's
hell is
Reef.
that? Isn't it Melv?
It, it's Melev's Reef. I don't know why people want to say Melev's Reef. It's Melev. It's Melev. So me, Lev, and all that stands for is my initials, my name, Mark E. Levenson. So
So she got a
anyway, she
job
was
at the
helping
pet
me.
store?
She did. She worked at the fish store briefly for about a week,
Mhm.
and then she got really sick, and we thought maybe she got COVID. We didn't
Oh yeah,
know, and so we had to, I just kind of like, you're done. Come work
yeah,
with me.
yeah.
And so instead, she would work with me, and she'd actually input the orders on the computer, and she'd help box the orders, and she would organize stuff, and she was completely immersed in my life and my tank.
Yeah.
She'd get in my tank, start cleaning, and like ripping out things that didn't belong, and it was great. And when she died, it was again, I was like, I don't even want to work in my tank anymore because we were
Yeah.
doing it together. Now I don't, even though I've been doing it for so long,
Yeah.
you would think it'd be my normal routine, but it's like now she's not part of it.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to do it. And that was one of those hurdles that I'd never really thought I'd come to. And I'm working in my tank. I'm not ignoring it because my fish rely on me, and I got to keep them alive and keep my corals happy. But
Yeah,
it really
I
was a
mean,
hard
I
moment.
can understand you incorporated her into so much, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden,
And everything. Yeah.
everything gone, and it's back to reality. I can only imagine. I mean, to lose somebody that you had an emotional tie to for over a decade,
Yeah.
you were friends, and you can love friends. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
But Mark doesn't tend to like date around much. He
Right.
has his girlfriends. It's not like he never has a girlfriend. He has his girlfriends, but when he has one, he's all in.
Yep.
From what I've
That's
seen.
exactly what I say. I'm all in. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's what I
all in.
do,
So I can
yeah.
only What an unfortunate thing, and it seems like obviously she was taken too soon. But
Right.
now that I have a little bit of information and where you guys were headed, man, I could only imagine what we would have gotten in the hobby from these two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But because of that, we still have Mark, and we'll celebrate him, and we can celebrate Caitlin, of course. Is she have
Yeah.
like a memorial or anything like that, or?
Her sister
Um,
set up a fundraiser to collect some funds, and it grew to a certain size. It got to like $12,000.
Yeah.
And what she wanted to do was not her sister, but Caitlin wanted to be cremated and then put in a reef out in the ocean.
Yeah.
So they raised this money, and I assume that's what they're going to do. There's two different places that I've become familiar with. One kind of looks like a dome with these holes cut in it, just like
Yep.
this weird igloo. And they just put them in the ocean. And apparently that's what Caitlin picked originally. But to me, it looks really weird seeing 5 domes in the bottom of the ocean. It's just weird. And eventually it'd be covered with growth, and it's
Yeah,
kind of neat, but
totally.
still it's weird.
Yeah. At
There was
first.
this other place in Florida. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I think it was like Neptune something. And it was like this underwater Roman city with arches and foundations and pillars. And there was all kinds of life and fish. I was like, that's where Caitlin should be. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I kept telling her mother, that's the spot, that's the spot.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to actually happen because her family gets to choose because of legal reasons. Had I gotten married, then I would have picked a different spot, maybe.
Yeah, no,
You know.
that's the downside to
Yeah.
it. Well, that's the plus
No, I mean,
side.
I'm not
I guess,
trying to be a
marriage.
jerk.
No, I know it's a
Yeah.
comedy again, and
Yeah.
the legalities around it is kind of heartbreaking at times, but I
Yep.
definitely know.
Oh, it's really awful. And we still don't even know what happened. We're not going to hear from the medical examiner for up to 90 days. and we're 6 weeks in.
6 weeks in, and you don't.
So up to
Nobody
12
knows.
weeks.
Nobody knows what happened. We don't have to get into that.
I'm not told anything.
That's
No, I mean, I'm not told anything. I have my own guess, but I don't know actually, and her mother doesn't know. We just.
yeah.
I think she had an aneurysm. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
No external, and Mark drinks some whiskey here and there. I'm pretty sure that's your drink of choice, but it's not like you guys have alcohol or drug problems, and she was clearly healthy looking and vibrant and glowing, so it would have been an unforeseen internal issue. It would have had to be, right? It's interesting because life is so long, but sometimes it could be cut off so short, and it's always the best people that die young. Literally the best. Unfortunately, the world is left with guys like me and Mel. And they take like the actually cool people away. Yeah. Is there anything we could do for her? Is the fundraiser over? Is there something I can put in the description where everybody can have the opportunity to help out?
That fundraiser ended probably like within 14 days of it being set up. It was some kind of because originally I think it was set up for like 5,000. And then I guess when you cross a level, it automatically updates to a higher number. And so when the timer ran out, it was around $12,000, which might be enough. I don't even know. I have no idea because I don't know any of that. No one's told me of that part.
I don't know. I know funerals are not cheap,
right?
But if she's choosing this, I mean, there's flights involved. It's definitely more than 12,000. It's got to be. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I don't know what it costs for but she, in theory, they're using some of the money for the cremation and then being put in this coral reef place.
But she was living with you when it all happened?
Yeah.
God, I had no clue, Mark. I can't.
Yeah, we cooked together and we worked together and we watched TV. I mean, one of the things we did when she lived in New York and I lived here, we would watch TV together. We'd watch movies and we would sync up our Netflix exactly and go. And we'd both hit our remotes and we would watch movies together.
That's
it was so nice.
It
was so nice.
You got us both. Look at her. She's over there in tears. You got me next. Come on, Mark. Enough.
I'm sorry.
I can only imagine the pain and hurt that you felt, let alone us hearing.
Rough. Today's a better day right now.
It's not even a sad story. It's just the fact that hearing how much somebody loves somebody and how much they cared for them, and then they're gone, and they had no control over it, and I haven't had a lot of I haven't lost a lot of people in my life because I don't have a big circle. I don't have any family, nothing like that. So when they do go, I mean, I don't know about it. So I can only imagine like the average person. And I'm aging, and I'm getting to the age where all my parents or grandparents or like older people should be dying or leaving me, but I'll never really kind of experience any of that. I guess I'm lucky that way.